Okay. The May meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners is called to order. Reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll accept the minutes of last month's meeting.
Second.
Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We'll hold off on the bills and accounts. Audited. Cooper Lake improvements.
Right, we are officially on punch list, so we had a meeting last Tuesday. To go through that, so they're there, they're working on, they got to touch up some of the concrete, some of the stuff that was too cold to do last year. They're doing some topsoil, grass, doing the final grading of the road on the crest of the dam. And then topsoil to that spot as well. And that's the main things they're working. Like, I get the trailer out of there, they gotta do the fence for the road. They want to get the trailer out at first, and I think that's going out this week. So that trailer should be gone. And then the only other real big item is there's a piece of instrumentation that has to be installed at the bottom of the intake tower. That I was supposed to have a change order for the cost of that instrumentation today, and I didn't get that for the meeting because they keep submitting it with labor included, and there should be no labor, it's just the cost of the instrumentation, so they're going back and forth on that. So I don't have that, but I do have another change order. There was a field order given last year that had to add an additional tow drain when they were doing the work last year. It was just being negotiated, so this would be change order number 15, and it's for $6,094. And no change to the original contract price. So we still have the same original 15.8 million for the contract.
And this for what?
An additional tow drain.
And where is it, at the bottom of the
Yeah, so we had to tie
dam?
into one of the tow drains that was supposed to be there, so there was a spot where they had to extend, or add an additional tow drain to tie into tow drain number 2.
Anyway, I have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, any just further discussion? Any those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. When I have a question on our listing of the costs and that. So I guess all the change orders come out of contingencies. But the ones for Schnabel, should they show up on Schnabel's engineering thing? Listing?
We can add that to this, that's not on. Oh, it is on here.
Yeah, it's down, the last one, 69,000, when we approved last month, shows out closeout activities, and it's actually,
Is that 69? I don't know, the formula has it up top. So that's 69,000, that was Schnabel.
right.
So is
so-
that in the fail?
I don't know, I don't know.
Like you check the formulas and for next meeting. I
Yeah,
don't know where it's added.
because really we should be coming out of Schnabel construction,
I
right?
don't know if that, I don't recall last meeting what that number was up.
I believe it's in the construction formula.
Yeah, so it might be, but we'll check that.
Okay, so at some point in time, when we have this list, we're gonna exceed Schnabel's original amount.
Well, every amendment for that, there wasn't a contingency for the Schnabel.
Right,
So that one,
so it's just gonna,
the
whatever,
contract just has been increasing, but we can add there.
right, it'll show at some point in time that what the contract was originally and what we ended up paying is what I'm trying to figure out. I'd like to see,
Yeah, we'll go back, we can add their amendments to the bottom of this page.
okay,
Same way we just did that, we can open that.
okay. All right. There's also, there was one earlier, the revised profile for installation of low level outlet, was that Schnabel also? Like the fifth one down?
No,
That's
Stale.
that's Dale, okay,
everything on here is that.
except for that last one, okay. Good enough. When do you think they'll be done up there? Any idea?
So their schedule, last time we had our check-in meeting was still I think we do Memorial Day for moving out and demobilizing.
Mm-hmm.
But since they didn't give me that change order for that instrumentation, I mean, it still needs to be done, so. There was a question today to them whether or not their schedule has changed by a week or so because of that instrumentation. We were under the impression that it was already moving forward, because it needs to be done for SCADA to monitor elevation and.
So how will that affect Schnabel? Any, but
It
will they be coming back and asking for?
shouldn't, I mean, it was written into when they did that, all this was all.
Okay,
So that piece should not affect that.
so originally you were looking for like June 1st or thereabouts.
That's what their schedule was as of last Tuesday.
Okay.
It
That's it.
also, the grass, the spots of the grass, they have to make sure it grows.
Mhm.
The grass is coming
And good.
quite a bit. I
Oh,
mean, I was up there a month ago.
Quite a bit
there
of
was nothing, and then
water.
it all shot up. So there's spots that may need to be, reseeded, but. I think that's got like a year, they're responsible for that for up to a year or something.
Yeah, so it doesn't you call them back and say, hey,
They got. Make
throw
sure.
some more grass.
The grass has to change, so that's the only, I can see them, but that's on them, not on us.
Okay. Moving on then, right?
Yep.
Tank inspection?
So. We received 3 proposals. And then another one that's a little unique, but I'll start with those 3. So we had Atlantic, Aqueous, and Cortec. I had the memo there with 3 prices. So the Cortec one is significantly higher.
Mm-hmm.
The Aqueous one, I believe, is slightly higher because their proposal includes an option at the same price to use a diver instead of an ROV. But we checked with the references, and Atlantic seems to be reputable. They do quite a bit of these. Jim, want to add anything on Atlantic?
Contacted 3 references that they gave, and all 3 came back, so
Yeah.
overall satisfactory, very good. Some use them over decades, the same company.
And they send a diver down, is that what they use?
An ROV.
ROV?
So the ROV, the RFP was for an ROV inspection.
Okay.
And Aqueous put in a proposal that
That if,
they would do with a diver without an additional cost for that,
okay.
but. At this point,
And this is for just
those 3 tanks.
all 3 tanks?
Yes.
That's Warren Street, Pearl, and Glen.
Street.
Okay.
So then, just, I'll mention this other one, so this company is USG Water. I know USG for USG Water Solutions. So they proposed to do it for free.
Okay.
And then after the inspection is done, they do an ROV inspection, they come back and they tell us about their tank maintenance program for an annual subscription. So I mean, I reached out to Glens Falls because they said they use them. I didn't get somebody on the phone from Glens Falls until this afternoon, and the superintendent's already gone for the day. I mean, at this point, we have ARPA money to spend on the tank inspection, and to me, it seems like if it's free, like they're gonna find something and then they're gonna tell us how they would fix it for us for an annual cost for lifetime.
They didn't tell you what the
Fees?
tank maintenance,
No, I don't know what
Subscription.
that subscription.
they didn't
fee
include
is.
that at all, saying,
No. So I mean, for $7,000 to get an RV inspection to see what's the situation with the 3 tanks, that seems, that would be my recommended route to go at this point. And if we want to look into a tank program after we get the inspection done, we could always go back to USG
and
and talk to
say,
them.
yeah,
But my intention would be to use some of the ARPA funds, pay for this, the whole thing, pay for the whole.
Okay.
7,000, the remaining ARPA funds, some of the remaining ARPA funds.
okay, so, I guess I need a motion to accept this, bid.
Motion to accept it.
Which one you taking, low bid?
The low bid, Atlantic Underwater Services at $6,750. I have a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion? Further discussion? Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And carried. Okay, ARPA?
So that's basically just an update. So now that we have that approved, we have about $58,000 left to spend, and it needs to be spent quickly. Which isn't going to be a problem. It's just a matter of which route to go.
Okay,
So I have a couple different thoughts. The one is, we have turbidimeters at the plant for each
Mhm.
filter. And at this point, they're basically obsolete, so if anything goes wrong with them, they need to be replaced. We found ones that have specs that we like. They work with SCADA. It's just a simple scaling program change that we can do ourselves, that we can install ourselves. And we're thinking it's gonna be between 80 to 100,000 to do all of them. And we have 58,000 left over. If we could do them, we have a service agreement that we pay to Hawk every year. That's almost $30,000 a year. And the majority of that cost is to come and check on those turbidimeters we have. So we can eliminate the majority of that bill, and it goes up every year by somewhere between 4 to 7% every year. So
so what do they do when they come and inspect them? Unlike this
they
maintenance,
have to be calibrated. They're older styles, so they calibrate, they check on them.
so these new ones don't have to be
These ones.
calibrated and.
They can be, but we could do it ourselves.
Okay.
And they don't require we have degassers on the ones we have now. These ones don't require it. We had one with the same specs in the plant. We ran it for 2 months, like as a test. And like was sitting in the bottom filter calorie, so it wasn't part of our system, but it was on the same pipe. And it worked, same readings as what we have, but got constant head for the turbidimeter. Easy maintenance. So that's one possible route. We could replace them all. And we had 58 in ARPA. There's also left over for the vehicle budget. And then the savings from the Hawk, even if we just paid $100,000 out of our bank account, it would pay for itself within 2 or 3 years if we eliminate most of that Hawk service agreement. So that's one route for the ARPA fund that I'm looking to go.
What we settle on the mower, where is that coming out of? Okay, and that's, with that paid, it's still,
Yep.
still good. So that's your recommendation then, is that we purchase,
I mean, I'm gonna have to bid it, but that will be
Okay.
done before the next meeting. That's the
so
route.
that's your plan between now
That's,
and,
that's one, I mean, if the bid comes in way higher than we're anticipating, then that's a different
and then
conversation.
we're gonna,
But again, this money will be spent, it's going to go, we'll find a spot for it.
okay. So it's kind of a wait and see at this point in
Yeah,
time?
that's a checking.
Okay. Correspondence, is that where we are?
No,
No correspondence. Superintendent's report? Still getting a lot of rain up there, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, boy. We got a pretty good shower this morning. I don't know how
I
much
didn't
we got in a
see
short
it.
period of time, but no, we're only in a couple of days anyway, 1 week of rain. So. Okay, no other questions, motion to accept superintendent's report,
Make a motion to accept it.
second, those in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Anything for executive session?
It's gonna be a new record.
We're gonna go-
One other.
Ah,
This
darn
is
it.
quick.
Okay,
So as of right now, we bought a pickup truck for downstairs. I don't know what month we actually approved it, but
mhm.
I just wanna declare the 2017 F-250 surplus, so we can auction that.
Say it again?
The former Unit 2 pickup we have downstairs, we can auction it off,
Oh,
which
okay.
will probably get us
The the new one was,
buy these things.
this is the old one that the new one replaced, so.
Yeah.
The old Unit 2, it's a 2017 Ford, we just declare that as
Surplus.
surplus inventory.
Okay, so we need a motion,
We usually do, yeah.
okay,
I make the motion.
okay, second, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Carried. Bills and accounts? Look okay?
They look good to me.
Okay. That a motion
That's a
Accept.
motion.
to accept? Second? Those in favor,
Aye.
opposed?
You think I could like change that Noble Gas, just Noble and cash the check?
I don't know. I want to talk to Mike or somebody, but I don't know. Nothing else? Motion to adjourn?
Make the motion.
I'll second it.
Those in favor?
You right.
I don't